I forgot. What is Nelson? What's their mascot? No, that's Sky.
Hall?
O'Dowd or the Dragons.
Yeah, make sure you get the team right.
I got it right.
Not the first game you did.
What did I get wrong?
The mascot you were calling the South Medford team the Crusaders. I do.
There you go. What about Bishop O'Dowd?
They're the Dragons.
Jim thinks that the Irish, well, it's the lowest thing on the list, but he thinks that the Irish might possibly improve that.
Do you know the coach's name?
Yes. His name is Malik McCord. Alva, we're ready. Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome back to Franklin High School, site of Pacific Office Automation Holiday Classic, brought to you by BSN and Nike. We are here for a first round game. This is the game between Bishop O'Dowd and Nelson of the Mount Hood Conference. They went 22-4 last year. The Bishop O'Dowd is from the West Alameda Conference. They went 24-7 last year. Head coaches for Bishop O'Dowd, Malik McCord. For Nelson, it's Kasima Knight Hodge. Hi everybody, I'm Dave Hall. I'll be doing the play-by-play. Working with me, my broadcast partner for this game, Eric Knox. Eric, of course, former head coach at Benson, took Benson to a state title and a number of other state appearances, and played basketball at Oregon State, played basketball with Gary Payton.
And legendary Ralph Miller.
And the legendary Ralph Miller, now running a local nonprofit.
Yeah, I run a school called Hollow School, which is committed to Black, Brown, and Indigenous kids. And I run a mentoring organization, all in East County. Oh, I'm getting a hug from one of the Benson coaches. What's going on, Precious? Good to see you.
This is actually a game in the Platinum bracket. The teams in the Platinum bracket, South Medford and Jesuit. South Medford won that game. Then it was supposed to be Garfield and Benson, but Garfield isn't going to make the tournament, so Benson.
I was looking forward to that game.
I was too. Then this game, Bishop O'Dowd and Nelson, and the last game, which we will be doing later tonight at 6:30, is Tualatin and Jefferson. Those are the games in the Platinum bracket. The Diamond bracket has different.
Season will be one of the most exciting seasons for high school girls basketball in Oregon, just because you really don't know. There's about 4 or 5 teams in the mix for a state championship, so being able to see them today is going to be awesome.
All right, we're introducing Bishop O'Dowd, their starters. Number 2, Jayla Stokes. Number 5 is Elizabeth Haw. Number 14 is Ella Bibbins. Number 24, Christine Chakwu. All right, we're going to introduce kind of the hometown crowd, Nelson Hawks in Mount Hood Conference. Number 3, Jasminita. Number 12, Simone Sedaris. Number 21, Tatiana Harris. Number 22, Nyla Webster. And number 44, that is Love Ford.
This is going to be an amazing game. I've heard a little bit about Bishop O'Dowd, that they like to get up and down, shoot a lot of threes. I know some about Nelson. They're pretty young, very talented, got a number of mid-major to Power 5 players on their team like Love Ford and Nyla Webster. So it's good to see these sophomores develop and play in a big game like this.
Webster and Ford are sophomores. Hayes
Yep.
is a junior.
Yep.
Sedaris is a junior. And Nita is a junior. All right, we're going to jump it up at center. We'll get this one underway. Thanks for joining us here at Oregon Sports Beat. We'll cover games tonight, all day tomorrow, and all day on Monday to crown a champion. O'Dowd is in the kind of orange, not orange, yellow or gold uniforms. They will move from our right to our left. They control the tip. Nelson in the white.
All right, this is nice just to see Nelson put this kind of ball pressure on Bishop O'Dowd. Good energy, man. Good defense always creates great offense. You win playing hair on fire D. But again, that's what Bishop O'Dowd does. They love to shoot those threes.
First shot from the outside by O'Dowd was by Stokes. Off, rebound Hawks. Hawks with the ball. Out on top, 22, that's Nyla Webster. Inside the shot, doesn't go, rebound, and collision.
I tell you, that Nyla Webster, she's an extremely wiry, athletic kid that can get any kind of shot she wants. I think the biggest key for her is how she makes everybody around her better.
All right, no score in this game, just underway. First round action. Outside, steps inside, pull-up jumper, doesn't go, rebound. 44, Love Ford got that, lost it, picked back up.
Nice battle between Ford
Madison
and Gordon.
Madison Gordon
Yeah.
with the bucket.
Yep.
Outside for three, yes. First three of the game, that goes to Tatiana Harris.
Tatiana can shoot that ball. I tell you, that's Nelson's ball game. They love to push the ball and get a shot up real quick.
In the corner for three for O'Dowd, yes. We might have a shooting match out.
It's going to be a shootout today. They both love to get that ball up. They love to shoot that three. This is going to be a fun game to watch. For sure.
Emily Hall with the bucket. 5-3, O'Dowd leads. Last game we had Faith Family of Texas put up 96 points. Inside down low, Ford with her first bucket.
Ford is strong down there. If you let her get down that low, that's a bucket. You got to stay in front of her when she posts up and uses that wide body to get a bucket like that.
Inside, rebound Hawks. Nelson plays in the Mount Hood Conference. They got to face Clackamas a couple of times each year. That's the big rivalry now. Hawks lose the ball out of bounds. O'Dowd is the Dragons.
One thing I do, you see some of the youthfulness of the Nelson program. Sometimes they get a little bit ahead of themselves. You can see the youthfulness and age of their game. But once they start to figure out the game and start playing at a different level, they're going to be very special.
Inside, short, rebound. We got jump ball, possession arrow going to go to the Hawks. Nelson is named for Adriana Nelson. She's a
first black judge in Oregon.
And me being a lawyer, I tried cases with her.
She's amazing. I know her personally.
Nice lady. 5-5 our score. Hawks. On top. Ford underneath. Shot from the outside, another three-point basket.
I'm telling you, Nyla Webster is the real deal. She can ball. She's special.
She's a sophomore. Webster hits a three.
But again, here's Bishop O'Dowd. They counter with another three.
Hawks already have 2 threes in the game. Down the lane, loses the ball. Bishop O'Dowd knocked away. Hawks come up with a steal. Down the lane, scoop shot, partially blocked.
You know, one of the things I'm going to keep saying here about Nelson, you can see their youthfulness, how young they are. Once they figure out how to play together, and as a group, they're going to be tough because they've got all that athleticism that makes it very tough for teams in Oregon to deal with.
Nelson has 3 seniors on the roster.
Yeah, they're going to be tough. Trust me. It's going to take them a while, but once they get to that next level, they're going to be special. You know, they say good food takes a minute to cook. Give them time. Give them time.
Hawks inbound the ball. Got to hurry. Get it down low to Ford. Spins around, puts up a shot, drops in, hit the rim, bounced up, and fell in.
That's the thing about Love Ford. You allow her to get that deep in the paint, she's going to get a bucket or a foul.
She's got 4 in the game. The lead is 5. Nelson 10. Bishop O'Dowd 5. Shot from the outside, air ball.
Again, that's what Bishop O'Dowd does. They live and die by that three-point shot. But I love it. Both teams are getting after each other. I love the hair-on-fire defense. They put in that full-court pressure, both teams. This is going to be a high-scoring contest tonight.
Steal, here comes O'Dowd. Breakaway, lays it up and doesn't go, misses the bunny. Hawks with the rebound. They'll set it up. Down low, tries to get a shot away, loses the ball. Looked to me like Nelson kicked it out of bounds, but they're going to give it to Nelson. Timeout. Nelson takes a timeout. Timeout on the floor. 3:44 left to go in the first. Our score, Nelson 10, O'Dowd 5. First day action here at the Pacific Office Automation Holiday Classic. Games going on at 4 locations here, Lincoln, Grant, and McDaniel.
I think one of the things that'll be very curious to see is how deep both teams go into their benches. Because if you're going to play at this type of pace, you're going to have a deep bench.
Well, take a look at the bench. Nelson has lots of players. Look where O'Dowd is.
Yeah.
3 subs.
But the question is, how many of those kids prepared to play at this level right now in this kind of tournament?
Exactly. For 3, yes.
That's what Nyla Webster does. She's a bucket.
Second three-pointer of the game.
Yep, and when she's patient, she gets some things done.
O'Dowd down the lane, the floater, too hard. Ford with the rebound. Drive inside, lost the ball, went out off of.
Good attack, way to put pressure on her, Simone Sedaris. That's what she does. She's a driver, slasher, plays with a lot of high energy.
You missed the game, Eric?
I miss elements of the game, but I don't miss all the stuff that goes into a game, to be honest.
Harris with a bucket, 15-5 now, a 10-point lead, and a steal for the Hawks. They're here to play today. Webster dribbled the ball off her knee, goes out of bounds.
Nelson lost to LaSalle this season and Benson this season.
Is that right?
Yeah, but they were really good games, and you can just tell Nelson is figuring out their identity. Like I said, they're very young, but once they put it all together, they're going to be tough. And it's tournaments like this that you put it together, find your identity, and then come out in the new year ready.
What a block by Webster.
Yes.
I'm a proponent in the beginning of the season, play tough teams.
Yeah.
Find out who you are, find out who wants to play. O'Dowd to inbound the ball underneath the bucket. Down low, spin the layup, the bucket.
Nice
Number
cut.
14.
Great pass.
Ella Bivens with the bucket, one of those sophomores.
Bivens, great cut.
The 3 bounces around, doesn't go, rebound inside. O'Dowd comes up with it. Both teams want to run. The only thing about running is you got to get buckets when you do it.
You know, both of these teams play with no conscience. That's what I like about it. They play footloose and fancy free. They let it all hang out, and they get after it. It's curious to see how long they can keep up this pace.
Like we said, O'Dowd only has 3 subs, so we'll see how their pace goes. Long outside. My goodness, 3-point range in the pros.
Bivens can shoot that ball.
15-10, Nelson leads.
With the kind of inexperience on the floor, I can literally see this game up and down seesaw in terms of lead changes. Even though Nelson's been up by about 10 points, you'll see Bishop O'Dowd come back, regain the lead.
A drive inside, rimmed around the bucket, didn't drop, but going to send the shooter to the line. And they don't have the fouls up, so have to listen carefully on those. Team fouls they do. 3rd team foul on Nelson. At the line, first shot doesn't go. Second shot coming up. 1:37 left to go in the first. On the way. That doesn't go either. Missed them both. Rebound Ford. Bivens missed both those free throws. A steal and stolen right back. Another steal. That's 3 steals on one play.
Wow.
Quickly down court. And almost stolen again, knocked out of bounds.
Little sloppy play right now.
Nita knocked that ball out of bounds. O'Dowd will inbound. Ford's going to take a rest. She comes out.
Nice curl. Sidelines out of bounds. Well, block on 24, Madison Gordon.
The Hawks actually have 13 players suited up. Minute 15 left, 15-10. We've had a scoring drought here for a while. Webster has 6 in the game, a shot, tipped around underneath, and goes out of bounds, goes off of the Hawks.
I tell you what, Nelson is going to be tough when the ball moves a little more and there's a little more foot movement. They're going to be a real tough team to defend.
.40 seconds, shots from outside.
That girl
again.
Bivens, man, she is a problem.
Bivens
she can shoot that ball. She get her feet set, it's a bucket.
Bivens with 8 in the game, including 2 3-pointers. 15-13. Nelson O'Dowd on a run. 26 seconds. 2-second difference on the shot clock and the game clock. Down low, puts up a shot, air ball. O'Dowd with the rebound, a chance to take the lead quickly ahead. Length of the court pass
Great
knocked
defense.
away. Ball loose on the floor, tied up.
Well, at the end of one, it's 15 Nelson, 13 Bishop O'Dowd. It's been a great first quarter, a lot of energy. I will say, even though Bishop O'Dowd doesn't have a long bench, sometimes less is more.
Each team has only had 3 players score in the first quarter. For O'Dowd, Haw has 3, Bivens has 8, and Gordon has 2. Same thing for Nelson. They only have 3 players who scored. Harris has 5, Webster has 6, and Ford has 4. 15-13, Nelson leads. Nelson had a 7-point lead. They were ahead 15-8.
like I said, this lead will seesaw back and forth. The way they play up and down, get in each other's face, and their age, they're both pretty young teams. They're going to make a lot of mistakes. They're going to do a lot of wonderful stuff out there on the floor, but they're also going to gain leads and give up leads.
Our next game after this at 5 o'clock will be Clackamas and West Salem.
Now, that's a game I'm looking forward to. I want to see,
Jazzy
Davidson's number 2, 3 in the country. Arguably the greatest high school girls basketball player that's ever come out of the state.
You know who she reminds me of?
Who?
She's currently ranked in the top 5 in senior recruits in the nation. The last time Oregon had a girl who was in the top 5 recruits in the nation, her name was Vina Westbrook.
Cameron Brink wasn't there?
Wait a minute, let me back up.
Okay, Cameron Brink was, Vina was number 1 in the country.
Right.
And Cameron had to be top 3?
She, tough break last year. Started off so well in the WNBA and then had the injury and lost for the season.
Well, she's going to have a long career. She's just so talented.
She
I
is.
coached against her too many times. I have nightmares thinking about Cameron Brink.
Outside the shot, short air ball, rebound O'Dowd.
That's the thing about Nyla Webster. She's so talented, so athletic, but you got to live with some of that stuff.
Rebound inside. Since Ford took a rest, the rebounding has been a little bit off, but Ford just checked back in.
That kid, number 3, Jasmine Nita, she brings her hard hat. She works hard. She's always on the floor. She's their banger. I'm impressed with her.
You've coached against Coach Hodge, haven't you?
No, I haven't, but I've known her forever. She was coaching on the 3A level at Westside Christian.
Oh, okay. Down the lane, the shot off the glass, too hard. Rebound, Kirkland for Nelson. Shot from the outside, too hard, rebound O'Dowd.
What I love about Bishop O'Dowd, they just keep coming and coming and coming. And coming like that. Number 2, Jayla Stokes hits a big shot at the free throw line.
You know, they aren't afraid to take the big shots from the outside.
No, there isn't a shot that they don't like. They get after it. I think the rub is just watching both teams, in my opinion. Bishop O'Dowd has an identity. They understand what they're doing out there. They started off slow, but now they're picking up steam. They tied up the game. The one thing I've noticed about Nelson is that they've got a lot of talented pieces. Those pieces haven't come together, and subsequently they wrestle with their identity. Once they find their identity, they're going to be a problem. But right now, Bishop O'Dowd knows what they're doing.
And as you mentioned, a lot of young players too for Nelson. I like 21. I like Tatiana Harris.
Yeah, she's a baller.
With the ball, starts down the lane, pulls up, dishes off. That has to be a foul before the travel, because there was a travel afterwards, but that is the...
You better clog up the lane, because that is what Nyla, when she gets into the paint, she creates all kind of havoc. She's just so wiry and rangy and athletic. If she gets a step on you, it's a problem.
We're 2 minutes into the second quarter. We have one team foul so far.
This is what I'm talking about with Nelson. Not a lot of ball movement, a lot of kids standing around, and it's a lot of you take a shot, I take a shot, you take a shot basketball. That's not going to win in the end.
No, if you start keeping track how many shots you got, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Nice drive. Jayla Stokes. That kid puts pressure on the defense.
O'Dowd at the line. Game is even. First shot Doesn't go. I think O'Dowd is now 0-3 from the line.
They have not hit a free throw?
No. Second shot on the way. Got that. That was Stokes. Well, O'Dowd is putting all their players in. They have 8. They've played everybody now. They lead 16-15. A steal. Inside, gets a shot up and in.
Bivens again. What's that, 10 points for Bivens?
10 points, 2 3-pointers.
Bivens is tough.
The 3-point lead for O'Dowd now, 18-15. Ford loses the ball. Down on the floor, gonna go out. They called jump ball before it went out.
Right now, what Bishop O'Dowd is doing, putting pressure, not fouling, and letting Nelson beat themselves.
I know Sooner said there was only one team foul, and now there's 3. 2 of them right in a row on Nelson. Down the lane, the hop, the shot, too hard. A steal, O'Dowd gets it back.
I tell you what, O'Dowd crashes the board. Do not assume if you got the ball, you've got a rebound because they're coming.
Gordon, that time with the layup too hard. Rebound Hawks underneath, and that's going to be a foul on O'Dowd.
Nice push by Grace Bach. Way to put pressure on Bishop O'Dowd.
Chakwu that time on the foul for O'Dowd. 18-15, they lead. Inbound under the basket, Nelson to Ford. Hawks with the ball out on top. Ford. And there's a trip. Foul is on Jayla Stokes. Hawks will inbound on the side. Sedaris.
They've got to get that ball to Ford. If she gets into the paint, anywhere around the paint, they got to drop it. There we go. This is her. This is what you got to do. You got to give the ball to Love Ford on the block. She's a problem right there.
She certainly has position on the defender. Backed her down that time, then got the ball, turned around, put it up and in. Going to the line, a chance for a 3-point play.
For a sophomore, she's got excellent footwork. She's got great up and under moves. That's her bread and butter. They got to go to her early and often.
18-17, O'Dowd leads. Ford with 6 in the game. Bibbins. Bibbins the leading scorer in the game with 10. Way outside that time for 3, doesn't go. That's going to go out. It'll be Nelson ball.
But Bibbins and Stokes, I like them because they control the offensive end. You can tell that there's a method to their madness. They're not just out there nilly-willying it out there. They're getting their team involved. They're taking good shots. They know when to attack. Their front court, their back court is pretty tenacious.
Nelson with the ball. Ford dribbles behind her back, loses it. Hawks run it down though and get it. And then lose the ball off the foot. Oh, that's got to be an offensive foul, doesn't it?
Yes.
Gordon swung her arms
be a
around.
technical. That looked like a deliberate elbow.
And referee signals O'Dowd to go down to the other end. Yeah, there was no question whether that appeared to me to be intentional.
That was unnecessary. You could see that elbow.
You know, sometimes you get the ball and you just kind of turn around with your elbows, but that one.
She lunged.
She lunged. And
didn't need to do that. They have the momentum. to have the game going their way. And they're going to need her. Their bench is pretty sparse.
Harris was the person who was down. She's up smiling.
Okay.
– Gordon, a senior, she knows better than that.
Yeah.
18-17, 3:24 left to go in the first half. O'Dowd leads. You know, we got off to a quick start in this game with some points, and then everything has just gone cold.
Well, I thought it was going to be a barn burner.
I did too.
But again, like, you can only play that way when you have a lot of good ball and foot movement. And I think with Nelson, they're still quick and athletic, but their youthfulness, they don't move the ball enough. Too much one-on-one. Now in the early stages, they were shooting great shots. Now they're shooting hard shots. And when you're shooting hard shots, you're just not going to put a lot of points on the board.
Gordon takes his seat on the bench, not in the game. Hawks. Oh, a bucket.
Nyla Webster, I'm telling you, you might have to live and die with Nyla Webster, but I tell you what, when she gets that low, she is a problem.
She's going to go to the line, a chance for a three-point play. Hawks lead by 1, 19-18. And she has 8 in the game, make it 9.
They're going to need a lot of that from Nyla to win this game.
20-18, Hawks lead by 2. Underneath, dishes to the corner, now out on top.
Nice
And
pass.
4.
Got to catch that.
Quickly ahead on the breakaway,
good jump
underneath.
stop.
Oh, and got the bucket.
Nice, Simone Sedaris. In the open court, that's what Simone does.
From the side for 3, no, iron. Gonna let that go. Nice move that time on the part of Nita, Jasmine Nita. She just held up her hands and let it bounce out of bounds.
And now, again, things have flip-flopped. Nelson's pushing the pace and making Bishop O'Dowd play a little helter-skelter.
Nelson with a 4-point lead, 22-18. 2:33 left to go in the first half. Webster scooped it up.
That's the live or die with Nyla. I love me some Nyla Webster, but again, once she slows the game down and is able to get her teammates involved, they're going to be a very special team, a really hard team to stop.
O'Dowd with the ball. Underneath, pass got away, but tipped out of bounds by the Hawks. Tipped out of bounds by Jasmine Nita. I like the way Coach Hogue is rotating players.
Yes.
Keep everybody fresh, especially when you got 13 players suited up. Underneath, the shot too hard, goes out of bounds, goes off of the Hawks. 2:07 left to go in the first.
Let's see what they do coming out of this out-of-bounds play. See if they can get a quick bucket here. They'll go to Bivens.
Shot up, too hard. Rebound inside. Hawks come down with it. Webster on the dribble drive. Oh, too many steps.
That was a nice spin move. I don't know. I don't know if that was a travel there. You thought it was a travel?
I thought it was a travel.
Oh, it was a pretty good spin move.
It was a good spin move, just her feet weren't
We're not in the WNBA?
no. Nowadays, they all say that's the Euro step. When I was a kid, that was traveling.
Oh, man, the game has evolved, hasn't it?
Yep. In the game we did earlier in the day, the referee called palming the ball. It's been a long time since I saw those.
I've not even heard that phrase even while I was coaching.
From the side, the three doesn't go. Lord tips it. Or, sorry, Ford tipped it.
This?
In the lane, turnaround jump shot. That doesn't go. Rebound inside. Put back. Yes.
Nice. Great.
Jasmine Nita.
I tell you, Nelson has, they've come alive here. They're attacking the ball. They're attacking the rim.
The lead is up to 6, 24-18. O'Dowd has only scored 5 points in this quarter.
I said earlier that it's going to be a seesaw. 1 minute Nelson's going to look like the mature team, and Bishop Waddell looks like the young team. The next minute, Bishop Waddell looks like the mature team, and Nelson looks like the young team.
Inside, the shot up and drops in. Nice move. Down low, Ford turns around, yes.
Just bank that. You allow Love Ford to get down that low, that's a bucket. Bank that.
She gets down that low, she's immovable, and she just, the little baby hook.
Not only is she movable, but she just got great footwork, great touch around the rim. That's her sweet spot. They got to do a lot of that if they're going to win this game. A good look.
Knocked inside. A deflection by the Hawks. Here they come. Trying to get the ball to Ford. Ahead, taken away. Here comes O'Dowd. Underneath the bucket, a couple of spin moves, another shot. That doesn't go. Rebound. Hawks. Harris with the rebound. She's fouled. 26-20 our score. Nelson leads by 6 with 11 seconds on the clock.
Dragons foul number 2, Jayla Stokes, second personal.
At the line, it is Simone Sedera. She has 2 in the game. Eyes the basket on the way, it's good. (27-20), biggest lead of the game. Second shot on the way, got them both. 4 for Sedaris, the lead is 8, 28-20. Gonna have to get a shot up. Way outside on the shot, no. And there's the horn. That's the end of the first half. Our score at halftime, it is 28, Nelson 28, Bishop O'Dowd 20. Nelson scored 13 in that quarter, O'Dowd 7. It was 15-13-1. It is 28-20 at the halftime.
My opinion is this. Both of them played a little sloppy, played a little inexperienced. Their youthfulness showed. There's not a lot of upperclassmen leadership. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who's playing harder. And right now, Nelson just turned the Jets on in the second quarter, started playing hair-on-fire basketball, and wanted it more, and built the lead. And I think that's what it's going to come down to when you have 2 very young teams. Whatever you don't know in experience, you can make up in tenacity. And right now, Nelson is winning the tenacity game.
Let me give you the individual scoring in the game for O'Dowd. Stokes with 3, Haw with 3, 10 in the game for Bibbins, 2 for Chakwu, and 2 for Gordon. For Nelson, 2 for Nita, 4 for Sedaris, 5 for Harris, 9 for Webster, including 2 3-pointers, and 8 for Ford. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with about 2 minutes to go before the start of the second half. We'll give you the statistics from the first half when we get them from the official score. So we'll take a break. Our score at halftime, it is Nelson 28, O'Dowd 20. We'll be back. Welcome back. Halftime, Pacific Office Automation Holiday Classic. We're here at Franklin High School, first round games. At halftime, our score is Nelson 28, O'Dowd 20. Leading scores in the game for O'Dowd, it is Bibbins with 10. For Nelson, it is Webster with 19. Shooting percentages, they have the official statistician gave us, and he's got Nelson at 57%, 11 of 19, and that's what it looks like it is. On the other hand, O'Dowd is 8 of 29 for 27%. Turnovers are pretty much even, 6 and 6. Points in the paint, Nelson has 14. That's probably from Ford, 14 to 8. So that's where we stand on those.
And Nelson is shooting 42, almost 43% for the three-point strike, as opposed to Bishop O'Dowd shooting 25%. So it seems like all the shooting right now is going to Nelson.
This is, as I've mentioned, this is a platinum bracket. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Jefferson-Tualatin game. We'll be doing that game at 6:30.
I cannot wait for that game. I cannot wait for that game. That is going to be a big game. Jefferson, like I've talked to Andre Lawrence, and it is his mission this year. He's got a senior-laden group. This is their time. They want to win a state championship. It's state championship at the Child or bust. So I'm excited to see them against a new revamped Tualatin with two really dynamic freshmen.
One of those girls is I can't remember her name. She's about 5'5". She's everybody's
Lovely Bess.
That's it. Everybody's
Bess.
talking about her.
Yes, I've seen her, and she's special. Quick, quick, great reflexes, understands the game. Her mother played college ball, so she's got a great basketball IQ. It'll be a great watching her play against actually who I think will probably be PIL Player of the Year, Aubrey Lawrence. The point guard. So it'll be the battle of two really great point guards in Oregon going at each other. That's another matchup that I'm looking forward to seeing.
All right, teams headed back out onto the field. We're going to get the third quarter underway. Nelson by 8, 28-20. The shooting percentage just surprised me for Nelson, 11 of 19.
Well, you think about all the points in the paint by Love Ford. That makes sense.
All right, Nelson with the ball. Nelson moving from our right to our left. O'Dowd from our left to right.
This
O'Dowd
is what
in
you
the
got
yellow.
to do early and often.
And that's what they're going to do. And missed the layup down the left side.
That's a great thought. Get that ball down to Love Ford, let her create havoc, get Bishop O'Dowd some kind of foul trouble.
All right, if that's the plan to go to Ford down low, we'll see how long they stay with that. I remember Mike Tyson's famous comment, you have a good plan until somebody hits you in the face.
You got that right.
And the plan goes out the window.
To be honest, I don't know the plan between both of these teams except getting after each other defensively and going one-on-one and attacking off the dribble. For Bibbins. It's a great kick. Boy, a lot of banging, a lot of physicality in that paint.
I did a game earlier with Kurt Goldsdorf, and at halftime, he said, well, they're going to work on a plan, and when they came out and ran a couple of plays, he said, I don't know what the plan is. That's going to go over the timeline, over and back.
Hey, I will give it to Nelson. They're playing good position D. They're staying patient. They're not reaching, gambling, trying to play hero defense. They're not letting Bishop beat them.
You know, I just realized that Ford wears glasses. I hadn't noticed that earlier.
Not, is it glasses or goggles?
Oh, maybe it's goggles.
How many times have you seen a player in this generation wearing goggles? Here's Nyla. That's a nice matchup between Nyla and Bivens.
A lot of times now they wear masks.
Yeah.
Saw Joel Embiid with a mask on the other day. Of course, Kareem made those famous.
I just don't know how you protect your eyes with a mask. I guess it's your cheekbones and jaw.
All right, we got another Nelson player down. The last time it was Harris.
Hopefully she didn't bang her head. They cannot afford to lose Nyla Webster. She brings that athleticism and that ability to get into the paint off the dribble that Nelson has been relying on. That's helped them actually build that lead.
Webster has 9 in the game. Back in the game for O'Dowd is Madison Gordon. Remember, she went out when she elbowed Harris in the first half. Just returned here to the second half. So 28-20. Nelson leads, 6:23 left to go in the third quarter.
This is what you're going to have in these types of games where you have two overly aggressive, get in your face type of teams that challenge each other on the defensive end. You run the risk of having these game stoppages because kids are getting hurt. But hey, they're getting after each other, and I love it.
All right, Webster up.
She seems to be okay.
It looks like she got hit in the nose is what happened. All right, back underway.
All right, now this is Love Ford time. You got to go to Love Ford. She's the best player on your team next to Nyla Webster. So you're going to have to go on and block her as much as possible during the stretch.
Stolen away. Down the lane. Dishes it outside. Dowd with the ball. Down the lane, a shot blocked by Ford. Couple of minutes into the third quarter, neither team has scored. Whistle.
That's one thing I do like about that Stokes kid, number 2. She will put pressure on Nelson and draw fouls. That's 2 fouls on Nelson in this quarter. You get 5, you're at the free throw line.
Exactly. And the steal. Here come the Hawks.
Nice
Pull-up
shot.
jumper.
Good pull-up, good knock. Now that's a kid, Simone Sedaris. I really like that kid. After Love Ford, after Nyla Webster, that kid has the athleticism to put pressure and do some things that's super helpful for Nelson.
She has 4 points in the game, but she's been very active. O'Dowd with the ball, down 8. There's a shot off, tipped around inside, and that ball goes, no, saved from the corner. O'Dowd for 3, yes.
That's Smitty Chukwu. They can't hit the threes. Once they get their feet set, they can hit the
And a steal inside, lays it up and in. Bibbins with a bucket. She has 12 in the game.
All right, coaches putting Nyla Webster back in. They need that ball handler.
And she was fouled by Gordon.
Team foul number 2. Nyla Webster.
Gordon will take a seat on the bench.
Nyla and Love Ford have to play 2-man game here. They have to play two-man game.
Hawks with the ball. Another steal.
Chukwu again.
That's two steals.
Two teams that play the same style. The score is going to be up and down.
Remember, we talked about runs.
It is a game of runs.
O'Dowd is on a 7-point run.
Now O'Dowd looks like the experienced team. Good steal by Tatiana.
O'Dowd steals it again. Underneath the bucket, too far underneath. Way ahead, down the lane, here comes Ford, and fouled. Gonna be fouled by Bibbins.
Like I said, when Love Ford is running the floor and she gets the ball that low, you can't stop her.
Love Ford at the line, shooting a pair.
Ford at the line, she has 8 in the game. Make it 9.
Maybe this stops some of Bishop O'Dowd's momentum. Nelson needed a basket really bad. They got 2 here.
Didn't get a basket, but got 2 free throws. (30 to 27). Nelson leads.
Hawks foul number 44, Love Ford, second personal, third team foul. Psalm Kirkland returns to the Hawks.
We're halfway through the third quarter. Nelson has scored 2 points, those 2 free throws.
The question is, how long can Nelson keep up that pace? Who's going to get exhausted first? Seems like Bishop O'Dowd's got stronger in the second half. They're playing with a lot more energy, a lot more pace, a lot more ball movement, body movement.
Short on the... That was a jumper from the free throw line, and Harris dribbled it off her foot.
Looks like a foul. Actually,
Yeah,
a foul.
it's going to be a foul.
Second personal, fourth team foul.
Fourth team foul.
There's one more foul, and they're at the free throw line.
Underneath the shot. Rebound inside O'Dowd. For 3, doesn't go. Ford. Oh, banked it in.
Nice bank by Love Ford. But she's got to call that, right? You got to call that.
Got to call glass. Kick ball goes out of bounds.
Look, Nelson scored, made 2 free throws. Seems like they're turning the tide back their way again, picking up a lot more energy, getting after it on the defensive end. This is going to be a game of runs. It looks like Nelson's getting ready to mount a run here.
13 in the game for Ford. Too hard on the shot underneath by O'Dowd. Here comes Nelson. Hawks lead by 6. That was a bank shot, didn't go that time for Webster.
This is where I think a team like Nelson that shot Nyla Webster took, she slowed the game down. They got into a set, dropped it down to Love Ford. They not only give them a blow, but get them a better shot at a higher percentage bucket.
O'Dowd at the line. Missed the first.
Grace Block returns to the Hawks.
I tell you, that Chapman kid for O'Dowd defensively, she gets after it.
She has not scored in the game, but played defense.
Oh, she's after it. You can tell she is their defensive specialist. She's done a pretty good job on Nyla Webster.
Gets that one, her first point in the game. Ford takes a rest. Timeout on the court, 2:41 left to go in the third. Hawks lead by 5, 33-28.
Well, Dave Hall, you asked me if I miss coaching. Do you miss being a trial lawyer?
Don't ask me when I'm doing a basketball game. Actually, some days I do. I miss the thrill of the combat.
Hey, I understand it. I miss the combat of
Right.
coaching high school girls basketball, but I don't miss all that goes into it.
I realize progress is beneficial, but I'm not such a fan of it.
You know, when I look at these two teams, after 2.5 quarters, they really are identical.
I think Nelson has more of a presence in the middle. Nice pull-up jumper. Webster. She has 12, a steal by the Hawks. Underneath, the shot up, doesn't go. Rebound Hawks. Outside for 3. That doesn't go. Another rebound Hawks.
It was the first half, Bishop O'Dowd was getting all the offensive rebounds, attacking the boards. Second half, Nelson's been on the board. They're the ones attacking the offensive glass and getting all the extra 50-50 balls. Like I said, it's going to come down to who's going to play with more tenacity.
The leading rebounder in the first half, by the way, was Webster. Steal by O'Dowd. Dragons with the ball. Great defensive effort by the Hawks. From the side, short, goes out of bounds off of O'Dowd. It'll be Hawks ball.
If Bishop O'Dowd's going to have a shot, Bivens is going to have to take over. She's going to have to get more involved in the offense. First half, Bivens played with a lot of pace, took great shots, controlled, for the most part, the game, and Bishop O'Dowd played excellent.
Miscommunications on the inbound pass. Turnover goes to O'Dowd. Shot from the side. Rebound, Hawks. Need to hold it up. Nope. O'Dowd stole it away. 1:31 left to go in the third.
Nice cross.
For 3 outside. Short. Bivens down the lane, knocked away. Great defensive effort. Oh, that one bounced
They
off the
needed
back
that
and through.
shot bad. They needed that bucket bad. Now Nelson just a little more ball movement.
Way outside by a Hawks. Doesn't go.
That's a push.
Both teams with 14 fouls.
That's a push on Kirk.
Hawks foul number 4, Sean Kirkland.
Actually, that's number 5 on the Hawks.
15 fouls.
And so we're in the bonus situation.
Dragons are in the bonus.
Dragons at the line.
Aaron Green at the line.
Taryn Green at the line, the sophomore, gets the first. 35-30.
Jasmine Neela returns on the Hawks.
One thing that I do like though, I like that Coach Hodge has Love Ford on the bench giving her a nice blow coming into the fourth quarter. That's a blow she needed.
Green got both the free throws. 35-31, 35-32. 40 seconds. Webster dribbles behind her back, puts the shot up. Iron, rebound underneath. Dragons. Dragons head to Bibbins, lays it up and in. 14 in the game for Bivens.
What I'd like to see more of Nyla Webster is one or two things. Number one, get to the bucket, create havoc. That's where you've had a lot of success the whole night. And the other time, the second thing is that when you can't get to the bucket, get your team to play. Pass, cut.
Both teams in the bonus now.
Okay.
Webster at the line. Rolls around, doesn't go. 11 in the game for Webster. Second shot coming up. The lead is down to 1 now. Again, this is a game of runs. Second shot on the way. Webster gets that one. 36-32, 18 seconds. Travel.
Split her foot. Chapman split her foot.
Myella Chapman.
All right, now you just got to go to Nyla. This is Nyla time.
Nyla down here on the left side. Their ball goes loose. Inside, the shot up. Doesn't go. Rebound. Here's Webster. Got 5
nice
seconds. Puts up a shot. Oh, thought she was going to bank it in. Won't get this off. That's the end of the third quarter. Our score at the end of 3. Nelson 36. O'Dowd 34. O'Dowd 14 points. Outscored Nelson in that quarter 14-8.
Like I said, these are two teams that are identical. This league, like I said, is going to go back and forth between two teams. It's going to come down to who's going to be smartest this fourth quarter. Who's going to play with more pace, more tenacity. That's what's really going to determine who wins this game.
One thing, Nelson gave, the coach gave Love Ford a long rest. She's gonna. I bet you she plays the whole fourth quarter.
The question is, is Nelson going to get the ball down to her on the block?
Exactly.
If they get the ball down to her on the block, I like Nelson at the end. But if they don't get it down to her in the block, the guard play Bishop O'Dowd stuff between Stokes and Bivens, those are two really good guards. And you need really good guards, especially in the fourth quarter to win games. Bigs keep you in games, guards win you games.
Bivens has 14, Ford has 13, and Webster has 12. They're the leading scorers in the game.
Nelson right now has to play, Ford's not in the game yet.
Nope, sitting down on the bench. Maybe give her another couple of minutes.
Nyla Webster's going to have to take over this game, and she has the ability to. She's the most athletic kid on this floor, very skilled.
Ball goes out of bounds, goes off of Tatiana Harris. Be a turnover. O'Dowd will inbound the ball. And Harris fouls on the inbound pass.
Now you got to play smart. You can't get in foul trouble right now. You can't beat yourself.
Do you like the rule where it's 5 fouls a quarter? Do you like that?
I do. Initially, the style of play we did at Benson, I was worried about those 5 fouls, but it didn't impact us at all.
Referees let a lot of contact go that time. Bivens on the outside, air ball. 36-34, Nelson leads. 7:26 left to go in the game. Webster to inbound the ball. Boy, we've had a lot of players on the floor this game.
But I will say the refs, they've been very consistent. They let them play on both ends of the floor. I appreciate that.
Hawks with the ball. There's Webster, pull-up jumper. No, doesn't go. Rebound inside, jump ball. Possession arrow is going to go to O'Dowd.
Somebody's got to score here. I like this matchup right here with Chapman and Sanders.
The scoop shot from the corner. Hall with a bucket. We're even at 36. Webster loses the ball off her leg.
This is where you got to get them in an offense. Running something. It only enhanced Nyla's game.
From the outside for three, air ball. Tipped around, Hawks come down with it. Here comes Webster. Ahead underneath. Kick it back out for three. Too long, iron. O'Dowd on the rebound. Down the lane, puts up the shot. Doesn't go. Webster with a rebound and throws
We got
it.
an injury. Stokes looked like she rolled her ankle.
Yep, she's headed to the bench. She's going to take a seat.
All right, now they're bringing Love Ford back in the game. Again, Nyla and Love Ford, two-man game. They're going to have to get it down to Love as much as possible to close this game out.
Ford is out at the high post. Another pass stolen away by O'Dowd.
Well, I'll tell you, Bishop O'Dowd has had their hands in the passing lane this whole second half.
Lots of steals. In the corner. Now inside, lays it off the glass. Yes, up and in. Emily Howe with the bucket. She's got
Nice
7 in the
drive.
game.
One thing Bishop O'Dowd's doing is they're getting in the paint. Nobody's stepping in to take any charges or slow that down. I think Nelson's going to have to, if they want a chance of winning this game, they're going to have to crowd the paint when they put that ball on the floor.
Webster is frustrated. She's had the ball swiped away from her. And Nelson wants to take a timeout and talk about that. I think they see the frustration on Webster's face.
And what's that saying, cool heads prevail? Nyla is just such a talent. She's so dynamic, but she's young. And in these moments, she cannot get frustrated. If she can keep a cool head, play off of Love Ford, I think they're gonna they'll have success. But if they get frustrated and show their age, they're gonna play right in the hands of Bishop O'Dowd.
Eric, I don't know about you, but to me it looks like Ford needs to move down low post.
Yes.
She's out high, that doesn't help. She's trying to set screens out there, and what I do is move her down low post and start playing it to her.
I think the evolution of where the game is, everybody's trying to be a perimeter shooter, but I think you go where what works. And if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it. A lot of her bread and butter today has been in the block. Right now, we're in the fourth quarter. We got 5 minutes and 26 seconds to go. They need to get her the ball early and often, get her a bucket or get her to the free throw line or get her an and one or something like that. But you're right, she can't sit out there on the perimeter and demand the ball. She's got to go down there and demand the ball on that block.
Exactly. 38-36, O'Dowd leads by 2, 5:26 left to go. Underneath, up and in, Gordon with the bucket. O'Dowd's starting to emphasize their speed. Come up with steals, they've gotten breakaways.
And they're not settling. They're not settling. They're getting in the paint, all of them. Either for layups or kickouts or dishes. Again, another one in the paint. There's Bivens. No box out.
O'Dowd starts so many plays in the corner and cut them inside, and they're getting wide open shots in there.
I said earlier in the game, on the one hand, you have one group, which is Nelson playing mature, Bishop O'Dowd playing young. Then within a stretch of 3-4 minutes, it would all reverse. Bishop O'Dowd seems like the more seasoned, experienced team, and Nelson's playing young. And that's what we're having right now. Bishop seems like the more experienced team. They're going to the glass, they're driving, they're playing with good pace, and they're playing calm. They're playing with a non-anxious presence.
They missed the first of the 1-and-1. Here we go with the second. Got that one. Chuckled with the free throw. The lead is 5 now for O'Dowd, 41-36. Whoa, almost drug her foot. Turn around, shot, doesn't go. Rebound, O'Dowd. Quickly ahead. They tried to get it down there to Gordon, overthrew her. Turnover. Nelson needs to get a bucket here and get some kind of run going.
Just getting ready to say that.
And
That's when I said that. Turnover happened.
And that's going to be a foul. Foul on Nelson on number 12.
That's their third foul. We've got 2 more before Bishop.
5-point lead, 41-36. 4:20 left to go in the game. O'Dowd with the ball and the lead.
Look at every one of them driving to the paint, kick, bucket.
Bibbins' third three-pointer in the game. She has 17. Webster. Well, they're banging Webster all over the place. That's why she's frustrated. And Hawks step out of bounds. O'Dowd has ramped up the defensive pressure, and Nelson's not doing a good job of handling it right now.
Webster's just so talented, but they key in on her. They're crowding her. They know that she's frustrated. If she just settles down, moves the ball, and they get it back to her, she's going to get what she wants.
The lead is 8, 44-36. Drive up and in.
Chapman. Nice drive.
Oh, and the ball goes off of Sedaris' foot. Another turnover for the Hawks. And the lead is up to 10, 46-36.
I should always tell my kids there's no such thing as a 10-point play. You're not going to get back in the game trying to do a hero, playing hero basketball. There's no 10-point plays, there's no 15-point plays. You got to chip away and play smart.
Ford steals the ball ahead to Webster. Dribbles in the lane, puts up a shot. Yes. Webster. They need about a couple of defensive stops and a couple more buckets. Pull-up jumper by Gibbons.
Man, I tell you that. When you need a bucket or a play, she's there to deliver. Like that kid.
She has 19 in the game.
And she plays tough D.
Down the lane, stops, turnaround jumper, air ball. Rebound O'Dowd. Ford takes it away.
This is a tell of one team winning because they're playing as a team. The other team is behind because they're playing as individuals. You cannot win in these types of environments playing one-on-one basketball.
Now we got this problem. Bonus situation for O'Dowd, and only one personal foul, one team foul on them. At the line, Gordon. Madison misses the first.
I think earlier I talked about identity, and this is where it shows in the fourth quarter when it's winning time. Bishop O'Dowd plays with identity. They know what sets to run, who to go to.
Gordon missed them both. Rebound, Hawks, timeout.
There's meaning when they drive. There's meaning to their cuts. I think with Nelson right now, there's just not a clear-cut identity except to go one-on-one. And that is not a recipe for winning basketball. One
of the other problems is Webster and Ford have carried Nelson. The scoring has been spread around a little bit more for O'Dowd.
Bishop just like there, like I said, Bibbins, if she wasn't scoring, she was affecting the game in other ways. And balance, like a team's going to beat individuals every time.
48-38, 2:14 left to go. O'Dowd's in the bonus situation, but they've only have one team foul against them, so Nelson's not going to make this up at the line.
They're going to have to foul. I mean, you do have the 35-second clock. That does help some, but to get back into this game or chip away at this 10-point deficit, you're going to have to foul.
With a 10-point lead, O'Dowd can run a little bit of time off here.
Yes.
Got to get the ball in first. On top, starts that cut inside, dishes off, the shot for three. No, doesn't go. Ford with the rebound.
Now let's see what they get into. Nyla's out the game.
Right, I just looked down there and noticed Webster's out of the game.
They're going to have to go to Ford now. Ford's got to get on that block, demand that ball. There you go.
She is. She's going to bowl her way inside, put up the left-handed hook. Doesn't go, rebound inside, and we're going to have a jump ball.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
Possession's going to go to the Hawks.
I mean, that's it. I mean, you got a kid that's a Power 5 kid. She's young, but on that block, she's 6'2", 6'3". She's a force.
They get it to Ford. She turns around, puts it up and in.
She does.
That's what they need. 15 in the game for Ford.
Got to do, get Bishop to take a bad shot. But if you're not rebounding, you have no chance. You have zero chance of getting back in this game.
Bucket that time, that was by Chukwu. We're down to a minute 14, minute 15, and there's a 10-point lead, 50-40. Foul was on Stokes. Sedaris at the line. Needs these free throws. Yes, got that one. Sedaris has 5 in the game.
Sedaris is a kid I really, like I said earlier in the first half, I really like that kid.
That ball saved. Shot from the outside for 3, off the glass.
So you have to foul.
Even if you're in the bonus, you're going to have to foul. And the referee called that one. 50-41, 55 seconds left.
Simone really sold that.
Dragon foul number 2, Jalen Stokes. 5th personal. 14th foul. Aaron Green in for the Dragons.
Green checks back in for the Dragons.
All right, they got to go down to 4, or they got to attack the bucket off the dribble. Simone Sedaris got to use her speed. That's a nice
shot.
Good.
Nice shot from the baseline. Sedaris going to go to the line.
If you talk, you know, you got to play, like high school basketball is, or just basketball itself, you got to play through somebody. And right now they're playing through Nyla, which I think is a great option. She can also play through Love. But you've got to have that third scorer, and I think Sedaris could be that third scorer. She just
Right
has
now-
to assert her.
Right now, she is the third scorer. She got 6 points and gets the first of the two.
They just have to figure out a way to get her more involved.
Going to have to foul.
Got a foul.
Underneath, open, Gordon, a shot, missed it. They're going to go quickly down court. Dishes it off, the shot up. Sedaris got a shot up out of bounds off of O'Dowd. Hawks will inbound. Ford back in the game. Just got to go into her and she's got to work her way down low. Knocked away. And Sedaris is going to get a foul, trying to strip the ball away. 17 seconds left to go. The lead is 8, 50-42. Chukwu at the line, she'll shoot 2.
Again, the story of the second half, Bishop came together as a group.
Chukwu,
They came together as a group. Nelson fragmented as an individual group of kids that did not play off of each other.
Chukwu has 11 in the game. Second shot on the way, doesn't go. Rebound Hawks. And that ball is knocked out of bounds by Gordon. 10 seconds. The lead is 9. It looks like O'Dowd is going to advance. I mentioned that we'll be playing the winner of the Tualatin and Jefferson game. We'll see those two later tonight.
I tell you what, man, from end to end, from tip-off to the final horn, Bishop O'Dowd literally put pressure on them the whole game. I think they just wore them down mentally.
Hawks will inbound the ball. Harris looking for Ford, bounces it into her at the top. Gets a high bounce, sends it back outside, way outside. That's going to be off the front rim. 1 second. There's the horn. That's the end of the game. Our score: Bishop O'Dowd 51, Nelson 42. Trying to get the scoring here. 17 in the fourth quarter for Bishop O'Dowd, 6 for Nelson.
17. Wow.
So O'Dowd outscored Nelson in the second half, 31-14.
Again, the beautiful piece about Bishop O'Dowd, they had balanced scoring. They played together as a group. They didn't rush anything. They played with a lot of pace. But again, they kept getting into the paint, and they'd either get a layup or a kick out. And Nelson kept attacking off the dribble one-on-one. That's just not going to win it. Not in these types of tournaments, not against these types of teams.
Let me give you the individual scorers in the game. We'll start with Nelson. Jasmine Nita with 2, Sedaris with 6, Tatiana Harris with 5, Webster with 14 points and 13 rebounds, Ford with 15 points and 4 rebounds. Those were the only scores for Nelson. For Bishop O'Dowd, 3 points for Stokes, 7 for Haas, Bivens with 19, Chapman with 3, Gordon with 4, Green with 4, Chukwu with 11, and Velasquez didn't score. The leading rebounder for O'Dowd is 9 for Chukwu. I want to look at turnovers for Nelson, 34. For turnovers for O'Dowd, 18.
Odell had 2 kids in double digits, but you had a lot of kids that contributed. you see here with Nelson, you had a couple kids in double digits, but not a lot of help outside of Sedera. The ball, and that was their downfall. I think they've got some great, super talented pieces, but they've got to figure out how to come together as a group. Bishop O'Dowd, they won this game because in the second half they figured out how to come together as a group.
All right,
and they beat them as a team.
Got some people want to thank, of course, Franklin High School, their hospitality, Pacific Office Automation, and for the Holiday Classic. I'm sorry, I got distracted there for a second. The sponsors, of course, Nike and BSN. Want to thank our crew, Alva Myers, our engineer, Deshaun Montgomery, our cameraman, our producer, Ryan Johnson is here, my broadcast partner, Eric Knox. I want to remind you from our sponsor, Qdoba Mexican Eats, with locations across Oregon and parts of Washington, proudly supports the PIL Girls Basketball Tournament. Fuel your next event with our fresh and flavorful catering options. Our contributors to this tournament, Amalfi's, Rudy's Pizza, Human Bean, Voodoo Donut, NoHo's Hawaiian Coffee, and Galena's, and Qdoba.
Okay.
I'm Dave Hall. I want you to stick around because we got a game coming up at 5 o'clock. That is Clackamas and West Salem. You got something else, Eric?
No, I'm excited about this next game.
All right, I'm Dave Hall. Our final score here from Franklin High School. It is O'Dowd 51, Nelson 42. We'll be back with the next action at 5 o'clock.
Okay, cool. That's an annual game. 30 plus years. All right. Going on, yeah. Nice. That's nice. Yeah, a lot of basketball up here.